Airstream just dropped a bombshell, and it could end Winnebago for good. Behind closed doors, they revealed tech so advanced it's rewriting how R-vees are built. We're talking solar assist systems, lighter frames, and smart power that makes generators obsolete. Dealers are already panicking, slashing prices before the story even hit the news. This isn't competition anymore, it's execution. And if you own a Winnebago, you need to hear this right now. Let's break down what's really happening. The announcement heard across the lot. Something big just rolled out of Jackson Center, and every dealer from Texas to Oregon felt the tremor. Airstream's 2026 bulletin isn't just another model year tweak, it's a blueprint rewrite. The company officially confirmed a lighter, stronger chassis, paired with an integrated solar assist power system designed to cut generator use by nearly half. The press photo showed familiar silver curves, but beneath that shell sits a new composite frame, 12% lighter than the previous aluminum rail. That small change drops tow weight by hundreds of pounds, meaning smaller trucks can pull larger rigs. In plain English, it opens Airstream ownership to thousands who never could tow before. Dealers say pre-orders spiked within 3 days of the reveal. Winnebago owners are feeling the pressure. When Airstream delivers the same size rig with less weight and better mileage, values shift fast. Resale retention hits 90% versus 78%, cutting 5 to 8% off Winnebago trade-ins the moment these new models arrive. If you think that sounds dramatic, wait until you see how Airstream made the numbers work without raising prices. The math behind this reinvention is where the real story begins. The price of reinvention. When the 2026 pricing sheet leaked, one detail stood out. Despite new materials and tech, base MSRP barely budged, just over 1% higher than the 2025 line. That's because Airstream quietly redesigned its production flow to shave costs instead of inflating stickers. Each body segment now bolts to a modular frame shipped pre-cut by a new Ohio supplier, reducing weld time by 30% and freight weight by nearly 400 pounds per trailer. That means fewer hauls, less diesel, and lower dealer floor plan interest. For viewers, that invisible math explains the headlines about factory savings. Dealers don't have to sit on six-figure inventory as long, so they can price sharper to move stock quickly. Meanwhile, Winnebago's towable division hasn't changed its manufacturing footprint since 2021. Their costs are rising with freight, insurance, and warehouse interest rates climbing together. That imbalance is why multiple Midwest dealers confirmed discounts of $12,000 to $18,000 on leftover Voyage and mini models just to clear space. The Airstream bulletin gave them no choice. When one company learns how to make lighter trailers cheaper to deliver, every other brand starts bleeding margin. You'll see that play out through spring when more dealer incentive banners quietly turn into clearance tags. But there's more than cost control at work here. Airstream didn't just make production cheaper, they made it cleaner. And that's the part reshaping the long-term economics of ownership. If you've noticed dealers dropping prices or spotted quiet markdowns near you, hit like and drop a comment below. Your experience helps expose how fast this market's really shifting. The green alloy revolution. Look past the shine, and you'll notice the new skin itself is part of the disruption. The outer panels use a recycled aluminum blend called Alloy T, a proprietary mix that keeps the same strength with 20% less virgin metal. During manufacturing tests, it cut energy consumption by nearly a third. Fewer welds, lower furnace time, less waste, all measurable savings that ripple through the entire life of the rig. For the owner towing cross-country, that lighter build translates directly to fuel efficiency. Testing with a half-ton pickup shows average mileage improving from 11 miles per gallon to almost 13. Over 20,000 miles, that saves about $2,000 in fuel. For retirees watching every travel expense, that's not a brochure number, it's a grocery bill difference. Winnebago's fiberglass builds add weight, heat, and costly repairs, cutting resale fast. Airstreams hold 92% of value and sell within weeks, while Winnebagos linger for months. Proof that sustainability isn't marketing, it's measurable economics shaping which rigs truly last. And if you think the metal alone sells these rigs, wait until you see what Airstream's doing with design, because this next move hits where Winnebago always thought it was safest: identity, design as defiance. Airstream understands that reliability alone won't hold value. Cultural appeal does. That's why their new lineup doubles down on partnerships that give the trailers emotional weight. The Pottery Barn and Frank Lloyd Wright editions weren't limited-run gimmicks. They were proof that tasteful design shields depreciation. People don't just buy an Airstream, they join a legacy. The 2026 catalog leans into that heritage with real materials: oak veneers, brushed steel fixtures, and upholstery sourced from domestic mills. These choices cost slightly more up front, but they freeze value long after competitors fade. Used market data backs it. Current Airstreams hold 92% of MSRP after 3 years, while Winnebago's comparable Class C models drop to 71%. That's not opinion, that's resale math pulled straight from national listings. And here's the twist most people miss: every design upgrade is backward compatible with existing frames. Owners of older models can retrofit lighting, cabinetry, and solar kits from the new line, meaning loyalty doesn't expire when a model year changes. That strategy keeps owners in the family instead of trading away equity. For the cautious buyer, it's proof that one brand thought beyond the sale, because what lies beneath these polished shells isn't just better furniture, it's an entirely new operating system, one that Winnebago can't easily copy. That's where the story heads next: the hidden network inside every new Airstream and the data it's already collecting. Power under the skin. Open any Airstream brochure today, and you'll see one small line that changes everything. eStream equipped with 17 kilowatt-hour battery pack. At first glance, it looks like standard tech jargon, but hidden in that number is the reason Airstream is pulling ahead. That battery isn't for show. It's a fully integrated power system capable of running lights, heat, and appliances for 2 nights without shore power. No generator noise, no campground hookup, no fuel cost. For owners who travel 10 trips a year, that's roughly $600 saved annually in generator fuel and site fees. Real proof came from early demo units in Arizona. 2 days off-grid with air conditioning running steady, and the battery still had 20% charge. The system recharges through solar panels and regenerative braking, turning motion into stored energy. Airstream calls it energy independence, but it's truly cost freedom. Every kilowatt-hour you create saves cash, proving this isn't marketing hype. It's pure compounding math in motion. But power is only half the story. Once the trailer learned to store energy, Airstream taught it how to think, turning a static camper into a smart companion, the mind inside the machine. The My Airstream app looks simple, just a dashboard on a phone, but it's the nerve center of the new lineup. It tracks battery levels, tire pressure, temperature, and even humidity, feeding live data directly to the owner. Through remote diagnostics, Airstream service teams can spot an issue before the customer even notices. In field tests, this system cut warranty visits by nearly 30%. For owners outside warranty, that's about $400 in avoided service runs each year. No more blind trips to the shop or wasted time arguing with the dealer. The trailer sends its own receipts. Using the app feels like carrying a mechanic everywhere. It flags issues instantly and connects to support, preventing costly failures. Unlike Winnebago's manual panels, Airstream's system saves time and money. Real tech that simplifies life instead of complicating it. That intelligence didn't appear overnight. To make a trailer that can power and diagnose itself, Airstream had to rebuild where it all begins, the factory floor, and that's where the next leap happened. The factory that forgot the past. Inside Airstream's new Ohio facility, the first thing visitors notice is silence. The clanging weld lines of the past have been replaced by modular assembly pods. Each pod handles a full section, from flooring to wiring, before passing it along to final joinery. This approach cut defect rates by 15% within the first quarter of operation. The result isn't just faster production, it's consistency. Every rivet lands exactly where it should, and every seam passes a thermal scan before leaving the line. The proof is measurable. Warranty claims per 1,000 units dropped from 82 to under 70 in less than a year. Reliability now drives resale. 2025 Airstreams hold higher value because fewer defects mean lasting trust. Winnebago's older lines can't match that precision, facing costly rework and delays. In today's market, craftsmanship, not slogans, decides who earns loyalty and resale strength. And while the engineers were perfecting the product, the ripple effect reached the showrooms, where numbers on spreadsheets became panic on dealer lots. The ripple through the showroom. shakeups. The call started as a whisper between dealerships. Cut your Winnebago orders. By the end of the month, a leaked allocation memo confirmed it. Multiple Midwest dealers are diverting shelf space toward the new Airstream lines. One document dated September 10, 2025, shows canceled purchase orders worth over $3 million. The reason was simple: faster turnover. Airstreams don't sit long enough to accumulate interest on floor plan loans, while rival units now age past 90 days in stock. That interest, roughly 1.5% monthly, turns into a silent tax on the dealer's wallet. Dealership pressure means quiet discounts ahead. Within 45 days, unsold Winnebagos could drop by 5 figures as dealers rush to clear debt. It's not promotion, it's survival. Airstream's efficiency forced their hand, and now markdowns arrive faster than factories can react. Now that the system is in motion, the pressure shifts. But what happens when the company that once ruled the road starts playing defense? The kingdom shakes. The warning light started flashing long before the headlines caught up. Winnebago's latest quarterly report confirmed what dealers had been whispering since late summer. Towable sales are down 11% year-over-year, while inventory has climbed 22%. That imbalance means more units sitting idle, more loans accruing interest, and fewer buyers willing to bite. On the surface, the company's language remained calm. Phrases like temporary market adjustment and seasonal softness padded the damage. But for anyone reading the numbers, it's obvious this is more than a season. It's a shift. Dealers feel it first. The longer a rig sits, the more a dealer pays on its floor plan financing, and by the third month, that interest becomes a bleed. A few sales managers have quietly started slashing trade-in values just to keep cash flow alive. One dealer out of Kansas said his average offer on used Winnebagos dropped by about $4,000 compared to spring. That's not guesswork, that's market math when stock piles up. And the ripple effect lands squarely in the owner's wallet. When a new model loses traction, every used one behind it loses leverage. But inside the dealership offices, where the real financial pressure mounts, the story gets worse, because some of these dealers are about to hit their breaking point. The dealer's dilemma. Every dealer runs on a simple formula: inventory equals borrowed money, and time equals cost. As interest rates climbed through 2025, floor plan loans became heavier than ever. Now, with unsold Winnebagos filling their lots, many small-town dealers are staring at spreadsheets that no longer add up. A leaked internal letter from a Midwestern distributor outlines the reality. If stock turns don't improve within 45 days, several stores could face credit line freezes. That's corporate language for clear it out or lose your financing. Dealer lots are filling fast, each rig costing $900 monthly in storage and interest. When 45 days pass, penalties hit, forcing markdowns. Watch closely. Those overpriced Winnebagos will quietly fall 10 to 15% without public notice. Yet while dealers scramble to survive the next billing cycle, another set of eyes is watching the same data from much higher up, and their reaction is shaping what comes next for every potential buyer. If you want to stay ahead of these brand shakeups before prices move again, make sure you're subscribed. Every day, I break down real numbers that protect your wallet. The investor's blink. When investors start asking hard questions, even the most confident executives have to change their tone. During Winnebago's latest earnings call, analysts pressed the company on its plan to modernize production lines for electric-ready towables and motorhomes. The response was cautious, bordering on defensive. Retooling the Iowa plant for hybrid and battery-compatible systems will cost tens of millions, and that money must come from somewhere. Within 24 hours of the call, Winnebago's stock slipped 3%. That might sound modest, but in market language, it signals lost confidence. And investors don't lose confidence quietly. To regain trust, companies often turn to short-term incentives that keep inventory moving and numbers looking healthy. Historically, when Winnebago faces a quarter of stagnation, factory rebates follow within 3 months. That pattern suggests bigger discounts are already penciled in for the first quarter of 2026. Buyers who can wait will likely see factory-to-dealer incentives worth several $1,000s per rig, passed along as limited-time rebates. The trick is knowing when to move. If you buy too early, you fund the dealer's interest bill. Too late, and the best models vanish. The current investor unease is your signal the next price wave is forming, but the numbers alone don't reveal everything. Beneath the surface, another issue is quietly eroding confidence, and this one has nothing to do with Wall Street and everything to do with how these rigs are built. The blueprint cracks. Reliability has always been Winnebago's defense, but even that wall is showing cracks. A series of recall notices issued through late 2025 point to deeper issues in part sourcing. Several of the company's subcontracted component suppliers switched materials to cut costs during the pandemic years, and those changes are now coming back to haunt them. Owners of the 2023 and 2024 Tuables have reported recurring failures in roof seals and electrical connectors, small issues that lead to expensive repairs. A leaked quality control memo confirmed a 15% rise in warranty claims tied to one particular wiring harness supplier. Open recalls crush resale value instantly, turning used Winnebagos into financial traps. Until fixes roll out by early 2026, waiting is the smartest play. Verify VINs, skip risky listings, and never pay full price on models caught in unresolved recall cycles. So where does that leave the buyer caught between innovation and instability? That's the question waiting in the next chapter, because when giants fight, the smartest move might be knowing when not to move at all. The road ahead. By now, the numbers speak louder than the marketing. The depreciation curve tells the real story. Over a 3-year period, late-model Airstreams are holding roughly 90% of their sticker value. Winnebagos of the same age are averaging 73%. Stretch that timeline to 5 years, and the gap widens. Airstreams remain near 84%, while Winnebagos dip to 62%. For owners, that's not abstract math. It's the difference between losing $10,000 or $20,000 on resale. The line that once separated premium from mainstream has become a cliff, but timing still matters. Market analysts tracking dealer inventory cycles show a consistent pattern. The sharpest discounts land about 90 days after a major announcement. That puts the next buying window squarely in early spring. Wait through that window, and you could save roughly $7,000 on a new Winnebago compared to winter prices. Meanwhile, Airstreams are unlikely to drop at all because demand remains stable and production slots are already full. The market is rewarding patience again. After 2 years of emotional buying and inflated sticker prices, data finally favors those who sit tight and let the hype fade. To understand what patience really looks like in practice, let's put it into human terms. 2 buyers, 2 decisions, and 2 very different outcomes. The 2 travelers. Meet Dave and Ron. Both retired, both lifelong road travelers, both watching the same market. Dave jumped first. In August, he bought a new Winnebago Voyage at full sticker after hearing rumors of rising interest rates. 6 months later, dealers began cutting inventory, and his model dropped $9,000 in retail value. The trade-in he once bragged about is now a sore spot. And every month that depreciation grows. Dave didn't make a bad choice. He made a rushed one. The system punished impatience. Then there's Ron. He wanted the same floor plan but held off after reading the early Airstream announcements. He watched dealer inventory reports, saw the interest rate pressure building, and waited. When March rolled around, he bought the identical model for 15% less and used the savings to add solar panels. The difference wasn't luck, it was timing. Ron understood that the buying cycle isn't about emotion, it's about leverage. The first buyer fuels the market, the second controls it. And in a year like this, control is currency. Individual choices matter, but the winds blowing across this industry are bigger than any one buyer. They're reshaping how every brand will operate over the next decade. And the next shift is already visible, the silent revolution. The next transformation isn't just about design, it's about independence. As more owners demand off-grid capability and pair their trailers with electric or hybrid tow vehicles, the market is tilting toward energy autonomy. Airstream's 17 kilowatt-hour eStream pack was the first signal, but now even mid-tier manufacturers are testing integrated solar roofs, induction cooktops, and regenerative braking modules. It's not just innovation for show, it's a way to unlock new federal and state incentives. Starting in 2026, buyers of certified off-grid ready R-vees will qualify for tax credits between $1,000 and $2,000 per unit under revised clean transportation programs. That's real money returning to your pocket. Winnebago has prototypes in motion, but Airstream's head start in battery architecture gives it a decisive advantage. The longer the brand maintains that lead, the more it sets the pricing floor for everyone else. Even used electric-compatible models could become the new gold standard. much like diesel pushers once did in the 2000s. The quiet revolution happening behind those silver panels isn't about prestige, it's about future-proofing. The rigs that survive this decade will be the ones that generate, store, and manage their own power. So the question becomes simple. What do you do right now, today, while the market is shifting beneath you? The answer isn't panic, it's precision, the choice at the campfire. Here's the real-world plan for the next 30 days. If you already own a rig, hold. Don't sell into a soft market. Watch for the March inventory cycle, when floor plan renewals push dealers to liquidate. That's when prices will quietly reset without the noise of a public sale. If you're looking to buy, start monitoring dealership listings weekly. The smart money waits until the second wave of markdowns, the moment when dealer incentives quietly turn into survival discounts. This is not about chasing hype, it's about protecting your wallet. As for brand loyalty, it's no longer a matter of pride, it's a matter of math. Airstream has proven its build holds value, while Winnebago is still fighting to stabilize. Both have strengths, but only one has momentum. So here's your call to action. If you believe Airstream's move truly changed the game, drop a text in the comments. We track the ratio, not the headlines. Airstream just changed the game, and this is only the beginning. If you want to stay ahead of the next R-V shakeup, hit subscribe, smash that like, and drop a comment with your take. Let's see who's really paying attention.